Good evening and welcome to Justin's Joint on this snowy evening. Let's get right to it. Howdy folks, welcome to the Joint. Tonight we're gonna get ready and smoke some Pease Stratford. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Here's what it looks like. Let's see if I can get a good shot. There we go. And I'm gonna pack this up in my crown with some, fancy, oh, hello. What was that? Anyway, my computer's just making random noises. Let me just turn that down. I'm gonna put this in my crown. Fancy embellishments on it. And we're gonna smoke a bowl because, by George, I've got some disappointing news to share. But first, let's get this bowl packed up. And it actually seems like I might have dumped in like the right amount. Or dumped out the right amount onto this piece of paper. This is going to be roughly a bowl's worth. How we looking here? How we looking? Perfect. Just that much left. We will put that away for later. And set it aside. Now then, the bad news, folks. So I was screwing around with microphone placements and I decided I would try to stand the microphone up behind my monitors and have it kind of come out overhead. And I wasn't getting the audio that I was expecting or that I wanted, so I decided to extend the boom mic out just a little bit more towards me. So, long story short, I extended the boom mic out a little bit more. I wasn't paying attention and it fell over and knocked my monitor over on top of my phone. And now my monitor is sitting back there on the floor because it's trash. Yes, it broke. It didn't take a whole lot for it to break, but it broke. So I've got one monitor right now. I had to order another one. That was about a $196 mistake. I hate those kind of mistakes. The mistakes that cost you money. Not just money, but like hundreds of dollars worth of money. I just made one 5 minutes ago. Yes! The only thing that's going to make that feel better is to get this pipe with Pease Stratford going. So let's just do that right about now. This is a really... It's hard to describe this tobacco, really. It's kind of unlike a lot of the other ones that I have. But I like it. This is, what is this? Sweet Brights. Ripe Red Virginias, just the right measure of fine Louisiana Perique. Wonderful interplay of sugar and spice is sure to delight the lover of this time-honored combination. So it's a vapor. All right, so it's a vapor. I mean, it's nice and. Dang it! Getting all kinds of ashes and tobacco and all kinds of crap up through the stem of my pipe. So I'm going to try and get some videos made this weekend, including this one. I'm going to try. I'm going to try real hard. Work is, I've told you this before, work is kicking my butt. And, you know, I'm unfortunately having to focus on that way more than I would like. I mean, ideally I would be retired right now. But pays pretty good, feeds the family, pays the bills, so, you know, I guess I can't complain. It's better than most things, I suppose. But I'm going to try and do that this weekend. I'm going to try and make at least a couple of videos, including this one. So, I finally got the old desk cut up. I took the top off of it. It's leaning up against the wall over there, and then the base part of the desk was still too heavy and big for me to get out of this basement. So I just brought my skill saw down here and cut it up. And I felt, in the beginning, I felt really bad because I thought it was hardwood. You know, it looks like hardwood. They've got it all done up like it looks like hardwood, and no. It's just basically particle board with hardwood veneer all around. I mean, even the sides I thought were like these big pieces of, I don't know, hickory or maple or something. No, it's just like a 2x2 end cap surrounding some particle board, which probably explains why it's so stinking heavy, because the thing is about 75% glue. So once I figured that out, I didn't feel nearly as bad about cutting it up. I mean, I didn't pay anything for it in the first place. I got it out of the back end of a semi-trailer for free, so, you know, I didn't steal it. It was on Craigslist for free, and the guy just said, yeah, go take them. In hindsight, sounds a little shady. But it doesn't matter now because the evidence is, well, it's all in pieces and cut up, and that was like a decade ago. So, you know, hey, what can I say? In other news, it is snowing like a son of a gun outside, and in the morning I'm gonna get to get up early and run the snowblower for the second time this year, which is kind of odd. It's late February and I didn't fire up the snowblower until just a couple weeks ago, and this is only the second time I'm gonna use it, and it's nearly March. I mean, that's actually pretty crazy. We're pushing, yeah, it's the 22nd of February right now, and we really haven't had a whole lot of measurable snow late so far this year. So say what you will, good or bad, I haven't had to shovel, and I haven't had to start the snowblower yet. So, but tomorrow it's gonna happen. It's been snowing for a couple hours, and there's probably about 6 inches outside, so got that going for me. So I've been trying to 3D print my new logo, which if you look at my channel, you will notice that there's a new logo picture. It's not just my dorky mug with a pipe. There's actually a logo there, and I'm working on 3D printing that. And I tried to 3D print it overnight this week, but it's one of those things where I really needed to pay attention to it because I had to switch colors in the middle of the print, and it's a really long print. So I was either looking at having to do it this weekend or having to remodel it to where I glue the pieces in. That way I can just start the print and forget about it. So I actually did that. I remodeled it so that I could start it and forget about it. And as a matter of fact, I think I might actually just try to show that to you real quick. How am I gonna do this? Tell you what, let me get myself situated. I'll just give you a quick peek, and maybe I'll show you starting it in the printer, and then later this weekend when it's all said and done, I'll show you the finished product. So stand by, We will be right back. Okay, people, we're back. I've got the Justin's Joint logo loaded up in MicroStation, so I can go ahead and start to export it. And I'm just going to export it while we're talking, but just to walk you through. Originally, I had the light bulbs all as just one piece with the arrow, and the same thing with the letters. I had it all one piece with the sign, but what that means is that I'm printing it all at once, and then I gotta wait for it to get to the right layer and then switch colors, and I'm not always hanging them around my printer in order to do that. So I switched it up so that the lights are separate from the arrow, and the Justin's Joint lettering is separate from the sign. So what I'm gonna do right now is just export this to an STL, and then I'm gonna get it going to the printer. So I probably won't show you all of this, but I mean, I might just fast forward through some of it or something, I don't know. Alright, good to go. Now then we just gotta slice these bad boys. So, give this guy a little tamp real fast. Still can't believe I broke my frickin' monitor. That just ticks me off to no end. When you make a mistake like that, and it was just I wasn't paying attention for 1 second and the thing fell over and knocked over my monitor. Alright, so here's what I did. The other thing I did is that before, I didn't have anything to set the sign on. I was just going to glue it on the sides. But this way it's a little bit better. How long is this going to take? $10 hours. Dang, son. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to knock that back to 20%. Whoops. I'm going to knock that back to 20% infill. And I'm going to do 20 top layers. $7 hours. That's much more reasonable. I'm not sitting here all night freaking doing this, waiting for this thing to get done. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that ought to be enough. Alright. We're going to go ahead and save this guy. Clear the build plate. And let's do another one. Open. 3D prints. Let's go to details. And we're going to look at the lights. Alright. I'm going to rotate these guys down a little bit. Alright. That works. Why will it not zoom? What are you doing? Come on now. There we go. Alright, that looks acceptable to me. Save to removable drive. Alright, clear the build plate now. Next. shine. Uh-oh, went the wrong way with it. Eight hours on this bad boy. Perfect. Save. And next. And I've decided what colors to do this in. I'm going to do the arrow in yellow, the lights in white, the sign itself in red, and the Justin's Joint letters in bright blue. Open file. Oh yeah. That's going to take 20 minutes. It's going to be a little interesting because some of these are pretty small, but I left enough room to be able to key these in. I went with a 0.4 millimeter tolerance for these, so they should be alright. Okay, that's all 4 pieces. Let's eject this. Okay. There we go. We have everything loaded on the SD card to go start it on the printer, and this time it's gonna work because I don't have to pay attention to it. I can just start it, make sure that it's gonna go, and then forget about it. And then hopefully in the next couple of days my new monitor comes and I can have everything back the way that it should be. So, let's go ahead and cut the video. I'll kind of head over to the printer, get this guy going. The first one, I got the yellow already loaded up, so we'll start it off and then we will sign off. Alright, there you have it. This was another installment of Justin's Joint. Hopefully this weekend finds you with some nice tobacco and a good cup of coffee. and maybe an ice cold beer or something. I don't know. But until next time in Justin's Joint, we'll see you guys later.